The New York Jets. We're gonna go to the Jets. The Jets were 7-10 last year, missed the playoffs because Aaron Rodgers got hurt and played number 4 of the season. So that's something where he's gonna be back. We don't know how healthy he's going to be because we haven't really seen him play. He's not gonna be playing preseason according to Robert Salah. They still have the Hassan Reddick issue. He wants money. They haven't paid him yet after the trade that happened with the Eagles. And then you got another year with Garrett Wilson, man. To me, I mean, the NFL is trying to, get back with giving them what they got like 8 or 9 primetime games, which is insanity. To me, it shouldn't be that high. But that's something where people are going to be trying to look at and see if they can actually do the things they're supposed to do last year. I think if Aaron is healthy, and that's a big if because of his age, I think they'll be a good team, and I think that if he plays, that they'll be a playoff team and they'll have a chance to actually win that division. But you're resting a lot on the Achilles of somebody who's going to be 41 this year. So I wouldn't put too much stock on on the New York Jets. Courtney, what you think about the Jets this year?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a division where there's 3 teams within it that are going to be fighting with each other kind of tooth and nail. So you're probably going to see a situation where possibly 2 teams finish with the same record. And I think it's entirely possible that the Jets and the Bills finish with the same record at the end of the season. That being said, again, you're hitching your wagon to an old anti-vaxxer who we have not seen play in a year, 2 years. I'm not hitching my wagon to the Jets at all. Great run game, great defense.
Dante, what you think about this year's Jets?
I think the Jets are gonna be really good. Actually, I know, we feel how we feel about Aaron Rodgers, but I mean, when healthy, I still think he's a top 5 guy in the league. I think the weapons that they have on offense, he'll be able to use them to his advantage. Put up some really, really good numbers, and we already know about that defense. Sauce Gardner, I really rock with Sauce Gardner, and I think that healthy Aaron Rodgers, which is going to be the key. And like you said, at his age, him and Kirk Cousins are kind of in the same boat where it's like, okay, what do we expect from these people coming back late 30s off an ACL? So I'm sorry, off an Achilles. So we'll see how he bounces back. But if he's able to stay healthy, there's no reason why they shouldn't win 11 games.
So go ahead, bro. What you think?
Yeah, just to add everybody's point, I mean, it's really just down to Aaron Rodgers. The defense is going to be a little bit better. Chuck Clark is back for them. Obviously, they have Sauce Gardner, but Chuck is going to be back there for them. The only good thing that I like that they did this year, they actually have good backup quarterbacks. They actually have Tyrod Taylor now and Jordan Travis. So they got good backup quarterbacks in case, Mr. Anti-Vaxxer can't really run like that. So, yeah, they'll be all right. Just – again, it's down to chemistry and down to if everybody's on the same page because they did show flashes last year. They did change some of the offensive line. They got Olufatunwa in, which is really cool. And then Morgan Moses and another guy they stole from the Ravens too, John Simpson. So, yeah, the offensive line got a little bit better. So, yeah, it's down to Aaron Rodgers if he's healthy or not.
All right, I'm a troubleshooter at the same time. I think my internet might be good. But we don't know. I'll try when the show's over. But anyway, let's go. Let's wrap this up with the New England Patriots.
Yeah,
the New England Patriots finished 4-14 last year. They've got a new head coach for the first time in 20 something years. I done forgot my man name. I'm like, what's my man name? Huh?
Bill Belichick.
No, I'm not Bill Belichick, the new coach.
Oh, Gerard Mayo.
He's Gerard Mayo. My bad. I'm tweaking. Gerard Mayo. He's gonna be back. So we've also got Jacoby Brissett. He's a quarterback, and of course they drafted Drake May from North Carolina at pick number 3. Bears fans have learned better by drafting a quarterback from a football school, a quarterback from a basketball school. But not too much there about the Patriots. They're gonna be huff again. Let's just be 100% real about this. They're gonna be garbage. I think that there's, they're a really bad team now. They don't have any pieces. I think long term, maybe they'll have something to rebuild. But when you've been on top, as long as this organization is be on top, you're gonna go through some bad things. I think it's gonna be a race between them and Carolina again with who's gonna get the first round pick. But do we own Carolina's first round pick next year or they second?
Second.
Or they a second. So yeah, I'm about to say. So they first round pick. So that's why I think about them, Courtney. What you think about the Patriots?
I'm only going to push back on one element of that Patriots team, and that's their defense. I actually think that obviously Bill Belichick, one of the greatest defensive masterminds of all time. I think, you know, you have a guy who was not just in the locker room for a lot of this and on the sidelines for a lot of this, but played for some of these great Patriots defenses. So I think that kind of adds a fun new dimension. And there's some dogs on the defensive side of the ball in New England. So I think from that perspective, there's a bright spot there. And I mean, I know KJ Osborne is nothing to like write home about or anything, but I think it could be interesting to watch developmentally. So I'm not thinking that they're going to win more than like max 5, maybe if they're lucky 6 games. But I'm still curious to watch what they do. Also, shout out to Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. Fantastic.
Go ahead, Dante. What you think about this team?
I don't think anything about them. I think they are going to be a bad football team. One of the first times we really see, you know, the Patriots, I think, in my opinion, embrace a rebuild, which is why you got rid of Bill Belichick in the first place. So I think this is a year where it's really just about kind of like what the Bears did, identifying what talents you have on your team that's going to go forward and identifying who you need to cut ties with. You know, as a Bears fan, I would love to, hear about a Judon trade to Chicago, but that may not happen. So if you do decide to keep him and build that defense around him, you have a really good piece there. So that's going to be interesting to see. But in terms of this season, I don't expect much from the Patriots. Interested to see what happens with Drake May. He did not look good yesterday, but we'll see what happens.
Go ahead, Toast. I'm finna exit back in and back out, but go ahead.
Cool. I want to add on to what Tay said about Matt Judon. Yeah, get that man out of there and bring him back to Baltimore. But yeah, I mean, there's really nothing really to take away from the Patriots. They're going to be a really, really just experimental team going forward. I'd like to see Jalen Polk and Kayshawn see what they're going to do on offense. But other than that, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this team that hasn't been said already because just ass. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's not going to be a fun thing to watch, but yeah.
Yeah, man.
I really think that their defense is going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's my only thing that I have to say that I'm hitching my wagon to. Scott, you're messing up again, but it's all good. But that's the only thing I got to say this season. If you take nothing else away from the New England Patriots, their defense should be solid. Also, let's get Ramondre Stevenson out of there too while we're at it.
Yeah, no, it's time to go. It's time to really just reshuffle the deck and rebuild it,
I don't think that they're that far removed, though. Like, I know they're in a rebuild, like very clearly in a rebuild, but I personally don't think that the Patriots are that far away from being competitive again, especially when you see now that the Bills, obviously they have their quarterback situation figured out, which is a key. But like now that they've sort of regressed and they don't have the wide receiver room that they used to, I think it's entirely possible to see that the Patriots get better faster than we think.
And paper on this player haters old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna